Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kaz. In this episode, we are going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the two Slimers, the 35th anniversary and the 30th anniversary Slimers from Ghostbusters. So before we get to this, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let's go. Okay, so I was kind of debating about whether to do this. I didn't want to reopen up my first Slimer, the 30th anniversary Slimer. But I said, why not? I just did an unboxing of this 35th anniversary Slimer. I thought, well, let's look at them both. Let's see what the differences are, what they did. Because I did notice, what I thought I noticed was that at first was the footprint, this what I call the footprint, all the slime on the bottom. So it looks like that this Slimer, the 35th anniversary Slimer, just looking straight on, the 35th anniversary Slimer has a lot more detail to his slime. There's like, it comes down and it's has a lot of more bumpiness, more detail to the slime. Whereas the 30th anniversary one, I'll actually use the 35th anniversary Slimer pen to point it out. So with this one, you can see there's not much. There's just it's pretty smooth, not much detail. I mean, it does come down and it just pulls right there. Whereas this one, it's a little more bumpy. A little more detail to it. The big difference I saw was that if I put them down here, you can see that the footprint on this Slimer, the 35th one, is a lot bigger. There's a lot more slime underneath this Slimer than there is under this one. This one's pretty narrow and wide. This one is both like wide and pretty much almost the same. Let's see. It's the same length. No, the 35th anniversary one is a little longer than this one, but that's one difference. I mean, not a bad difference. These are just differences. I'm not saying anything's bad about them. Just want to point out the differences. Another one is that I noticed that this Slimer, 35th one, is smaller than this one. You can see that the height of this Slimer is a bit less than the height of this Slimer. This one's a little. Slimer 30 is a little taller. Another thing that I'm noticing is that the color is a little different. The little coloration is a little different. This Slimer 30, is a little darker than Slimer 35. Slimer 35 has a bit of a brighter green, where this is more of a darker green. Besides the obvious difference is the hot dogs. But let's turn around here, and I'm noticing another difference is that Slimer 35 is a little lumpier on the back. It has a little more deeper wrinkles. Deeper wrinkles here than Slimer 30. Slimer 30's is a little more subtle with his wrinkles. And you can see here how the height, you can see here the height difference. Mainly it looks like it's mainly the bottom part here. This second part of the mold here is a little bit more than this part of the mold here. And other than that, I can see that there's a seam going down the side and over the top of Slimer 35, where Slimer 30, there is no seam at all. Yeah, I don't see any sort of seam. As far as texture looks, it feels like Slimer 30 is a little smoother than 35. Slimer 35 has Slimer 30 is more glossy than Slimer 35 is. Slimer 35 is a bit more of a duller sheen to him, whereas Slimer 30 is pretty glossy, pretty shiny. The slime itself, is pretty much the same thing. The slime is a little more transparent here, whereas on 35 has a bit more of a duller satiny. I think the word I want to use is more of a satin finish to this one, more texture to the actual slime than 30 has. But other than that, yeah, they both have the pig noses. They both have glossy. This one has more glossier eyes, I think, than this one does. But other than that, they both have 5 fingers, no toes. So you can't say they have 5 fingers and 5 toes, or 10 fingers, 10 toes, because they only have 10 fingers and no toes. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Except for this episode of the Kaz. And my really my first comparison, oh, there's one other difference I'm noticing, is that this Slimer, 30, has more of a rounder top of his head, whereas 35, it's kind of has more of a flat top, not so round like this one is, but more flat on top. But like I said, not a bad thing, just something different. It's a different mold, different plastic, different whatever, different artistic rendition of Slimer. I like how the slime still is the base for this pop. A lot more slime here, a lot thicker. Still, the slime comes off both of their elbows. This one's a little thinner. The slime on 35 coming down is a little more thinner than the slime coming off of 30. 30 has thicker strands of slime coming down off of him. I guess one last thing I'm noticing is that the paint job here, the paint job on the fingers on 30, let's focus in on that if I can. Noticing here, I'm not sure if I really noticed it at all before. I mean, I'm saying I know I haven't, but comparing these two, it looks like the fingertips on these have a bit of a blackness to them. It looks like there's some black bleeding through. This must be a black plastic that they painted green, whereas this one, it looks like it's just a solid green plastic that they use. That the actual plastic is green, but maybe that's why there's a color difference. Maybe maybe the plastic under here is black and they painted it green, whereas maybe this is green and they just painted the eyes black. So who knows? I'm not sure what Funko Pop does with their pops in the manufacturing process, but that's one last thing that I noticed, is that the black, there's some black coloration bleeding through the fingertips of the 30 Slimer, whereas the 35 Slimer looks like that the actual plastic is green instead of painted. But that's it. That's it for this episode of the Kaz. I hope you enjoyed this comparison. Please like and subscribe. Please visit our Etsy shops. I can't say Etsy right. I always say Etsy. Please visit our Etsy shop. It's in the description. Please buy some pins, buy some lapel pins, some enamel pins, buy some signed DVDs, and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.